Yeah, yeah. Are you paying attention yet or not? Anyways, what's up, guys? Welcome. Welcome back to my channel. Before we proceed, please understand that this, my friends, is not financial advice. You are more than free to do whatever you like with your money. And so am I. And that being said, let's grab a sip of coffee from my Kaspa Maxi mug. Yeah, everything, guys, definitely everything tastes better with Kaspa. Today we're about to do the first thing, the same thing we do every day. First, we look at market performance for the past 24 hours. Yeah, I know a lot of you are hurting right now. Again, this is why I'm not a day trader. Man, I've tried that, done that, and nope, I'm not gonna do it. Well, we'll look at the prices in details, and then after that, we will check on our positions. Are we buying Lambos yet? But guys, yeah, I need to I guess I need to clarify myself in a couple of things, okay? Because one, you can never satisfy everybody. That's the problem with people, okay? I started my channel, and then I did tell you guys from the get-go, I am a long-term trader. I'm a long-term trader. I don't do day-to-day things. I used to do it before, but the stress, just like right now, you see how the market is correcting hard today? Yeah, I don't know. People still fall for it. I told you yesterday when I said, pay attention to today and tomorrow. The market is going to run. People are trying to front run it. And again, pay attention. How many times have I told you about these little market makers? Market makers, they look at, let's see, stop losses. Where do people have most of the stop losses? On Bitcoin. Where do people have most of stop losses? On Ethereum, Solana, blah, 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 all of them. And trust me, they're going to manipulate the market and they're going to let it fall. Or they're going to take it higher, depends on where you are. My style of trading is way different. How I trade, guys, I don't wait for price confirmation. You guys already know it. During the bull run, before everybody and their grandmama start to sing, hey, yeah, the bull run started, I open up my trades. Whether the price is going up or going down, I don't give a crap. I open them up, scale them, and there we go. That's why you see my trades, right? I never do the daily stuff. But then I started hearing on my channel, people like, yeah, we wonder, can you help us on the monthly and blah, blah, blah. Okay, you know what? This is my millionaire journey. I understand that, hey, everybody's not going to trade like me. But if I give you signals that will work on the monthly, or maybe you're a day trader, they could be useful to you. Yet, you make money. Some people come over here to tell you, yeah, we didn't make it. You said this and we didn't do it. Okay, perfect example. Let's use Kaspa. Okay, in June or July, I do remember Kaspa was what, 5 cents or something like that low. I told you, if you're a day trader, if you want to make money, now you're going to make it. It's going to go. July, the same thing. I do remember Kaspa was down 7 cents. If you're a day trader, you would have made money, because from 7 to 11 cents, that's money to be made if you're a day trader. If you're not a day trader and you don't know what you're doing, of course, you're going to lose your money. Okay? And then we went to August. August again, I do remember the price going back down to 7 cents. And I kept telling you, pay attention to August if you're a day trader. You want to make money, August, because I do remember price went down again, 7 cents to 10 or 11 cents. I think that's how high it went. Now, if you didn't make money with that, who is to be blamed? Who do you blame? Again, we're saying again right now, September, which I'm telling you again, pay attention to September, because with smart contracts coming, potential listings coming, Kaspa is going to run. And those of you who are day traders, some people are still going to miss it and come back here at the end of at the end of September and be like, yeah, we didn't make any money. Who is to be blamed? And you have people again talking about the end of the bull run. Dude, listen. if you've been around for that long, you will understand something. As soon as they start cutting interest rates, we usually have 4 to 6 weeks from the day interest rates get cut. You will see this kind of dip that happened today, and then boom, there we go. 4 to 6 weeks. In those 4 to 6 weeks, it's up to you to plan your exit if you want to get out or not. Me, as a long-term trader, there are a couple of things I look at before I can close my trades. Maybe I'll keep them open, maybe I'll close them or whatever, but that is my own trades. I don't care what you do with yours. Okay, so again, after you cut the rates, cut from the day that the rates get cut, start counting 4 to 6 weeks. Go look at the previous bull runs, and then you come back and talk to me. Like I said, this run is different, very different, because macroeconomy is controlling a lot of things. Now, if you don't want to believe it, that's great. If you do, that's also great. That's up to you. Like I said, it's your money. You are more than free to do whatever you like with it. Not my money. Now, when I tell guys like, okay, this run is different, is because of the following. Now, let's get into our pep talk today. A lot of you who expect somebody to cook for you, cut the food for you. A lot of people that watch this channel, they even expect the person to chew it and make you swallow it for you. That is being lazy. Go and do your research. I'm going to give you a couple points, as every time I come to here and talk to you, I give you a couple points. Now, if you don't get your ass up and go do some research to try to confirm everything I'm telling you, then yeah, don't blame nobody for your failure. It's up to you, right? But anyways, now let's go back to it. You guys do remember, like I said, Bitcoin, Kaspa, the rest of them will depend on the macroeconomy. And these are the reasons, okay? The dollar is doing very, very bad. Very bad right now. So quantitative easing, which is rate cuts or whatever you want to call it, is not going to lead for more printing. Like I said a couple of videos too, they are not going to print money. They have different ways in which they are going to try to make this money appear out of nowhere. The first one is what happened ago. Okay, this happened many years ago. This is why I like history. Like if you go read history, you will find it. If you go back to something like in in the 70s it happened again. But like in 1934, the US did that with the first asset is going to be gold. Gold right now, we remember one of our good friends, Trumpicius Margex, took office. What was the first thing he did? Oh, we're going to go and look at Fort Knox. We're going to see how much gold we have there. Oh, we have to see gold. We have to see. You heard that a couple of times, right? They went over there and checked the gold. According to the news, US is sitting on 261 million ounces of gold. You and me, we know that is a lie. I don't think it is so. I think US is sitting on more gold than that. Because if you look, how much gold was confiscated in World War II? How much did they get from Libya? How much did they get from World War I? How much? All these years. You are not even counting about how much they've been purchasing themselves as a federal government. So yeah, US has more gold than that. But that is not the important thing of that important thing today. If you remember, back in 1970 something, 72 or 71, when Nixon decoupled gold from the US dollar, they did the same thing they're about to do, which is trying to reprice the gold based on what they are holding. Okay, you remember? So back then it was what, $14 the ounce? Oh, excuse me for a second. Come on, excuse me. Yeah, sorry about that. I think it was something like a very cheap price way it was. They kind of redid it to take the gold up to $42 an hour, something like that. $42 an ounce, sorry. That's what they did. So when it went up like that, the US ended up with a lot of money out of nowhere. So right now, if you look at it, if they don't do it, US is sitting over 42, not 42, 11 billion dollars worth of gold. That is what the Fed is sitting on right now. But if they do it just using at this 261 billion ounces that they talked about, repricing it at $3,000 an ounce, that will put the US dollars around $800 billion in markets. See, that's money out of nowhere. What, like, a lot of people still don't get it. They will ask you, okay, then what? What usually happens is like the government goes with a certificate from Fort Knox, goes to the Fed, go meet our good uncle Jerome Powell-Hughes. Look, we do have $800 billion worth of gold. This is a certificate. Now you give us $800 billion so that we can do whatever we want to do. And the Fed goes to work. Now, most people will say, okay, then U.S. loses the gold. No. U.S. does not lose the gold. The certificate is there. The gold is there. And the same thing. It can, in a couple of years later, if gold goes up, let's say $20,000 an ounce, they can do the same again. That is another way of printing money. Okay, I keep telling you, keep watching it. They are not going to print the paper, the value of the money. Or they're not going to print the paper. They're going to print the value to make the dollar, the Dixie value, go even higher. That's the first one. I tell you, like, man, you got to watch the macroeconomy. They are going to do it. If they do, they're going to have money out of that. But again, like I said, if you tell me that U.S. only have 261 million ounces of gold, I don't believe it. You and me, we know that's not true. That's a lie. U.S. has far more gold than that, because the U.S. government is #1 in gold reserve in the world today. We know that. Okay, so now we go to point number 2. Y'all remember the funny things everybody when Trump came on and Trump was like, yeah, it's gonna be a Bitcoin reserve. Yeah, everybody jumping off the bed and high-fiving and this and that. They're going to buy the gold. They're going to buy Bitcoin. And I sat here and I told you, it's not going to happen. The U.S. government is not going to spend money to buy Bitcoin. It's not going to happen. We already have a problem with the amount, the money printing, which again, they're devaluating the purchasing power of the dollar. They are not going to do it. Taxpayers' money. And plus the U.S., taxpayers' money is not enough for them to do it, because the U.S., the debt is even higher, 30 trillion or whatever. They are not going to do it. And everybody and their grandmama just kept laughing at it until the U.S. government came out and they told you what I've been saying the entire time. Listen, all the Bitcoin that we confiscated, seized from people doing wrong things, is what is going into the U.S. reserves. And they are going to repeat the same thing again. Let's just say, right now, I think numbers shows that the U.S. government is holding around, 300,000 Bitcoins or 200,000 or something like that. And it's the same thing they are going to do. Remember what I just told you about gold? It's what they are going to do. That's why when everybody keeps saying, oh yeah, we are, Bitcoin is going up this run to to $400,000-$500,000, and I keep telling you that is not going to happen. It's because of that. All they are going to do, let's just say they go to the Fed again with a certificate of ownership of 200,000 or 300,000 Bitcoins. We have this. The Fed is not a bank. You know, you and I cannot walk in there and do transactions. But what the Fed is going to be like, okay, you have that much, okay, now we can add that value to the US dollar. That's all it is. They are not going to print. They are just going to present that IOU to the federal bank. And now, the reason why the Fed is not going to print is simple. Bitcoin is volatile. Bitcoin prices goes up and down like crazy. Okay, so once the Bitcoin price goes down, or gold or whatever, let's just say gold and Bitcoin, the price drop right now, that certification, the amount that they say it was worth, will put the government in default. Okay, therefore there will be a negative balance, and if they print more money, that will even make things worse for the US dollar. Do you understand? So yeah, people are not paying attention to this kind of stuff. People are not paying attention to it. And now that leads us to point number 3, which again we've been here hammering about it, which is the Genius Act, the pegging of the stable coins to the US dollar. Because we already know transaction volumes, okay, strikes interest, and interest makes the asset go even higher. It's a simple thing, okay? Like you see, Ethereum was nothing until DeFi got activated, and you start having lending, borrowing, all that stuff, transaction volume going up, Ethereum price run. Crashilandia, Solana, same thing, right? So you saw it on Sui. It's about to happen on Kaspa. The same thing is going to happen with the US dollar. US dollar getting pegged to stable coins 1-to-1 with the US treasuries. Guess what? Treasuries will start to go higher, the price of it. That's why it is a good thing if you're investing in stocks, start looking at US treasuries. Start looking at those bonds. You want to position yourself into it before that Genius Act goes in full effect. Because what's going to happen, the US treasuries are going to be high. They're going to be high in demand. So yeah, macroeconomy is brewing, and still many people are not paying attention to it. Many are not. When I tell you, pay attention to September, mainly 29. Again, we had 17th, that's when the rate cuts happens, right? Add 4 to 6 weeks from the 17th. And we already seen it, like market makers, those little bastards, they are quick on their feet. They know, everybody knows this, like, hey, he's gonna run. I'm even looking at Bitcoin and I'm saying, yeah, Bitcoin has to go from $140,000 to $160,000. In between that, these guys are gonna rock pull you. Okay, so yeah, we start seeing it and everybody's not paying attention. People think money's gonna trickle down. Oh, look at Bitcoin dominance is going down. Guys, it's not that way. Bitcoin dominance can still drop and then Bitcoin price still rally. That does not mean anything at all. And so far as we have checked, every time Bitcoin went up, all coins went up with it, right? Every time Bitcoin dumped, just like it did today, what happened to altcoins? Did altcoins go up? Nope. Yet the Bitcoin dominance was falling, isn't it? So the market is not going to do the same like you think in the previous runs. This is way different. Way different, because macroeconomy is just something that most people are overlooking. And everybody telling you, oh, 2026, and the top is going to be in December, and this and that. I don't know exactly what they're looking at. To be honest with you, I don't know. Because when you look at the Fed and you look at what's going on around you right now, yeah, I think that hot potato is coming sooner than a lot of people expect. Okay, I told you, for me, I think Kaspa is going to be the only one running towards 2026 or after that, because the development that is coming out is timed out with it. It's timed out. And again, another thing, we know what Kaspa usually do during the FOMC meetings, okay? Kaspa is a different kind of animal. It runs different. So yeah, for those of you who did not understand, when I tell you, pay attention to July, August, September, pay attention, because one, day traders, if you follow, you watch your charts, watch your stuff, you're going to make money out of it. Okay? Long-term traders like me, who don't give a crap about the daily stuff that is happening, I only care about when we start the bull run and when we end it. That's where I care. We're also going to make our money. We're going to have our little pain and suffering in between, because sometimes you look at your position go up $1,000 and you wake up next month, your position is down $2,000-$3,000. Okay, that is the way I'd rather deal with it. I don't have time to be dealing with it on a daily basis. And then you have the third kind of people who are busy trying to chase those candles. I've seen somebody who lost a lot of money because they were rotating their they were rotating their money from one coin to another. Let's just say I saw them do this, okay? XRP, XRP went up to $3.20, $3.30, okay? And they thought, like, you know what? We're going to close that trade and rotate that money to Solana. But instead, Solana crashed. So they ended up with less money. And like, instead of just holding on to Solana, they were trading, just bite the bullet. They ended up rotating it to something else. To was it CBCN or whatever? And CBCN did even worse than Solana. I was just laughing looking at that kind of stuff. And I go like, yeah. Well, hopefully you learn something from it. I'm a long-term trader. Those kind of things, I don't care. Again, the reason why I gave you these months is because people were complaining, hey, you make money out of this, just try to give me a hint. Okay, I'm not your financial advisor. All I can tell you, pay attention to this month. Just like it's about to happen again in October. Pay attention to October because, yeah, Kaspa dropped. This thing is about to shoot past all-time high, even into price discovery. If you're a day trader, you'll make a lot of money. You're a long-term trader, you're still going to make money. Now, if you don't make it, hey, put on your big boy pants and, assume your own mistakes, Assume it. Don't blame nobody else for it. Okay, price was falling today. I did not cry about it. I do what I always do. I buy more. That's what I always do. Okay, look, this is something, again, I show you guys everything I do. I usually do that, okay? So, yeah, see, I go back to it. This is what I was doing. I was busy buying Kaspa. If you try to cry about it, I don't know what to tell you, man. Seriously, I don't. Everybody has their own way of dealing with stuff. I told you guys, I want to go from zero to a multi-millionaire status. I don't have the time to be crying about it. And when you see an opportunity right in front of you, look at it, the date, September 22nd, which is today. There was a dip. I added another 13,000 Kaspas to my bag. That's exactly what I'm doing. You can sit there and then cry about it. Excuse me. Yeah, you can sit there and cry about it, or you can make moves. You can make moves that will not only make money to you, but also guarantee that those gains are going to be there. Because, for example, if you're a day trader, maybe on spot, imagine you put $1,000 in Kaspa in there today at 7.7 cents, and that thing goes to 20 cents. You're gonna make a lot of money. Today, 13. That was okay. Let's take a calculator out for a second. If I say calculator, I get my calculator right quick. That was 13,800. Okay. If Kaspa goes to all-time high, 0.2, you see, you have doubled up your money. You have completely doubled up your money, because as you saw in the video, I spent $1,100, $1,100 to get 13,800, right? It's an easy way to make money. This is just on spot. I'm not talking about on leverage. This is just on spot. If I should let it go, let's say I let it go to 40 cents, look at that. My $1,000 will make me $5,000. So yeah, you can sit and cry about it. I don't have time for that. I don't have time to do that, because I want to make money. Okay, and we're not even talking about $1. If it goes up to $1, that's 10 grand from $1,000. See, that's what it is. So yeah, if you're a day trader, you can get in your little trade. Okay, scale it up, whatever you want to do, and watch it happen. Because smart contracts has been announced. People still don't pay attention to it. They have been announced. We were like, what, 3 to 5 days to go before smart contracts go live. Then still, people don't look. You're supposed to pay attention to the macroeconomy. Trust me, they are going to either use the gold, or they're going to use the Bitcoin that they have already, or they're going to do to the pegging. Because they already said, every bank, whatever you are, you must be ISO 222 compliant by November. Whatever they do, they are not going to print, but they are going to make sure that the value of the US dollar goes up. Once it gets there, we already know the drill. Dixie goes up, what usually happened to Bitcoin? Down we went, right? But anyways, I'm not your financial advisor. Like I always say, you are free to do whatever you like with your money. Okay. Anyways, now let's go right quick. Let's go look at the market. Let's see how the market has been performing for the past 24 hours. And then if you look at the crypto bubbles, we're going to see this. Because guess what? Bitcoin is dumping, right? Bitcoin's going down. Everything else is going with it. Anyways, now, if you look at the King Kaspa, KAS, we have here, for the past hour, 0.5% down, 6.3% down on the day, 6.6% down on the week, 14.4% down on the month, and 54.8% down on the year, sitting at the market cap of $2.03 billion and a 24 hours volume traded at $72.16 million. Again, it's a flash crash. Trust me, 24 to 48 hours from today, you're about to see it. It's a shakeout. That always happens, okay? Now, we look at QNT, the banker's coin, and the coin a lot of people love to hate. What do we have? 0.4% down the last hour, 6.1% down on the day, 9% down on the week, 16.1% down on the month, and 21% up on the year, sitting at the market cap of $1.32 billion and a 24 hours volume traded at $33.94 million. We look at Jasmine, the Japanese Bitcoin, although we already know it's going to be down because Bitcoin is down 0.8%, okay, down down the last hour. We do have 9.8% down on the day, 9% now down on the week, 21.8% down on the month, and 40.3% down on the year, sitting at the market cap of $614.36 million and a 24 hours volume traded at $55.82 million. What was that? APX. What is APX? Does anybody know? Wow. See, this kind of stuff, like, I don't know, some people are still going to try to run into it. Let me see. What is APX? He just went from what? What is this? What is APX? September 17th. So it just launched and it went crazy. Wow. Well, I don't know. If you want to get in there and go lose your money, that's you. This kind of stuff, I stay away from it. Guys, I stay away from it. Okay, unless if you knew before it went live, and then that is a different story. But anyways, now let's go look at Cubic, high risk, high reward. What do we have? We do have here 1.2% down the last hour, 10% down on the day, 19.7% down on the week, 41.1% down on the month, and 8.7% down on the year, sitting at the market cap of $207.02 million and a 24 hours volume traded at $6.62 million. I've been waiting. I've got to wait a little bit more. I need to enter a leverage trade on this thing. But you see, like I keep telling you, I'm keep my guts. I follow my guts. Like, now I'm going to wait a little bit more before I enter a trade on it. Anyways, now we go look at the Jonathan Stortle Bitcoin. What do we have? This is why the market is dumping. 0.3% down the last hour, 2.4% down on the day, 1.7% down on the week, 2% down on the month, and 77.8% down on the year, sitting at the market cap of $2.25 trillion and a 24 hours volume traded at $59.82 billion. Damn, somebody wiped over $500 billion out of it. Damn, that's a lot of money. Okay, but anyways, now let's go look at prices in detail. So though, like I told you, that it's not going to be useful when Bitcoin is doing this. It's relatively useless, okay, to look at prices. But anyway, we do that regardless. Dixie going down, Bitcoin going down. Yeah, now that ain't right. Okay, now we look at prices again. On Kaspa, we've broken back down into this triangle. You guys do remember, like I showed you, this triangle that we were going up and down, up and down. We came back to retest, but instead we broke back into it. Again, if you ask me, I think it's a fake out, because Bitcoin, there were a lot of, if you go look at the liquidation heat map, there were a lot of longs. There were a lot of longs, okay, and that just the same thing people got to look at. Market makers are going to do this. They're going to crash it, and then before you know, it's going to take off. But anyways, if you look, That was a W inversed. Okay, if you look at it, if you measure it, I think we've got to the target of it. So yeah, we should probably start to see Kaspa going again to retry this resistance, probably break above it again and repeat what we saw here to keep up with the trajectory. Because with the smart contracts launching, I think this is going to be big news for Kaspa. Okay, big news for it. So it's going to try to go up. If you look at the ribbon, still spraying downwards. Let's watch it the next couple of hours to see. Because I'm telling you, like, this is fake out. You see, when it broke down, it tried to get back in, but Bitcoin kept falling. Therefore, everything else fell with it. So if you look at it on the 4-hourly, let's see right here. On the 4 hours, what do we have going now? The same thing. Okay, it's still spraying out. But one thing you have to notice on the 4-hourly is look at the difference where the price is. Look at where the moving ribbon is, and look at where the moving average is. You see that difference? This right here tells me it's a fake out. Normally the waterfall like this usually end up with a V-shaped recovery. Which means we are going to be back in these prices before you can even say hello. Because again, look at the distances. This is a forceful sale. It's not organic. Okay, so yeah, just pay attention to it and you will see. That's why I keep saying it. For me, it is it's a normal thing to happen, which is, for me, the price action is still the same. I'm expecting 12 cents to be the main resistance, then 15 cents. After that, we do have 18, 19 cents before we get into price discovery. So yeah, sit tight. If you're a long-term trader, that should not affect you. Again, just like we just see where the moving average is. Look at where the price is. This right here that usually tell you a lot. Okay, look at the ribbon, look at where the price is, and look at how quick they bought it right back up. So yeah, manipulation at its best, because again, 4 to 6 weeks after the rate cuts announcement, you are supposed to start seeing it. Okay, anyways, now let's go right quick. Let's look at quant QNT, the banker's coin. Let's see QNT, the banker's coin, which is this one right here. Same thing. If Bitcoin is going to fall, then everybody else is going to go with it. So there's no point. Okay, we're still doing the same thing here. Look at the 1 hour, look at the ribbon, look at the distances, and that should tell you it was a fake out. That's what it was. There's no two ways about it. Look at it on the 4-hourly. You see the same thing. Fake out. Look at those distances and look at where the ribbon is. So yeah, I would just look at Bitcoin and see what Bitcoin does. Once Bitcoin starts to recover, all this is going to go with it. Like I said, pay attention to this month, the 29th of this month. Bitcoin is going to run very aggressively. Okay, if you look at it on a daily, let's see the same thing. There's no two ways about it. See that week? Look at how down whoever that is, these market makers are. Look at how low. I mean, like, wow. They drop it and then look at how quick they bought it. See? So yeah, you want to panic sell, which is what happened. Okay, it was a chain reaction. Because normally when you start looking at price dumping, we usually go look at, okay, Bitcoin futures, you look at the stock market futures, you start looking at stuff like that. There is no red flags over there, but Bitcoin is dumping. What's going on? One simple thing, go look at the heat map. They're trying to take all that liquidity that is down there, and then market will keep on doing what they do. It's that simple as that. Okay, so anyways, that's where we are right now. For me, price is still the same. Nothing has changed. 125. Okay, because again, look at the ribbon. This is the weekly. Despite all these weeks, I don't know how many weeks, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 weeks of continuous price dropping down, ribbon still green. That's why I'm telling you, when this thing takes off, you're about to figure out that khaki is not leather. So for me, price action still the same. I'm just sitting tight. I'm a long-time trader. I don't really don't look at those kind of stuff. I'm a long-time trader, which puts us like 125, the first target, then 151, second target. We get to 164, then 176. Once we break this, 230 will be next. Okay, 230 will be next. After that, all-time high, and then into price discovery. Like I said, count 4 to 6 weeks after the interest rate gets cut. So let's wait, watch and see. Okay, so now let's go straight to Bitcoin, because again, I don't think Jasmine is going to offer us anything different. If you look at Bitcoin, which is this guy, you see the same, right? It's not different, the same thing. Bitcoin was doing great until, bam, up we went. The motherfucker came and they did what they do best. But the difference between Bitcoin and the rest of the asset we looked at right now, you look at that price action, it has started to climb right back up again, trying to get into the ribbon. And once it does, it will start to move towards the moving average. Okay, so yeah, for me, I'm sitting tight. Those of you who are day traders, you are the one feeling that pain right now. That's exactly why I told you I am not a day trader. I do not like the feeling of it. You might go to sleep and come back next morning and your trade has been closed and all that stuff. That's a lot of stress that I don't like dealing with. That's why I became a long-term trader. That's what I'm doing it. Okay, so if you look on the daily, no, the same thing. Look, even with the price falling, what's with the ribbon? Ribbon still green. Moving average still going up. So this is all manipulation. So it's up to you if you want to fall for it and if you don't want to. I really feel sorry for them day traders, because like, yeah, a lot of people got liquidated today. We're still on track. Bitcoin supposed to hit that 140, okay, to 160,000. That's what we are still on point for. Okay, if you want to, yeah, you can use this. If you don't want to, you don't use it. I'm still gonna laugh at you. That's me. Okay, anyway, now let's go right quick. Let's go look at my positions. Let's see if we're in Rec City yet, or maybe we're buying Lambos. But before we do that, guys, like I usually say, please do not get into leverage trading if you don't know what you're doing. Okay, stick to spot trading, just like I just showed you. If you spend $1,000 today with Kaspa at 7.7 cents, if it goes to 20 cents, you're gonna make money. But if you want to go into leverage trading, down below I do have Bydfi, Phemex, Margex, and Wix Exchange. Follow those links, sign up, and meet their deposit requirement. Once you do so, they're going to give you free money. You get the free money, take a little bit out and start to practice, because if you don't, you're going to lose your money. Now, trust me, like I say every day, in Rec City, there is always space for one more. There's always space for one more. And I just hope that that one more is not you. Okay? Anyways, now let's go right quick. Let's look at my positions. Like I say, I'm an aggressive trader. We start first with my Bydfi. There, you guys know I'm trading King Kaspa, and I am also trading Quant. Today, my overall is sitting at $9,100. Okay? And this is, as you guys can see right now. For me, as a long-term trader, you see, we went up. My it's still like a staircase. It's moving. You might not see the changes, but for me, yeah, this is what I do. I don't deal with the headache of daily, but you guys can see a staircase which is going up nice and easily. Okay, now if you look at my contracts, you will see that here Kaspa, we're down 60%, which is $5,400. Okay, for Quant, we are down 19%, which is $2,000 approximately. Okay, because again, if you pause it and look, you will see I trade at 50x. I am a very aggressive trader. I trade at 50x and I don't use stop losses. Okay, so that's me. Okay, we can still you do you. So please do not copy me if you don't know what you're doing. Now we go to the next one, which is going to be on Phemex. On Phemex, I am trading King Kaspa and the Japanese Bitcoin. Okay, today, as you guys can see, my overall is down $6,400. Okay, and if you look at my contracts, you will see that here on my Jasmine, I am down 80%, which is $8,800 approximately. Okay, and then if you can see my Kaspa, I am down 21%, which is $931 approximately. Just like the other one, I am an aggressive trader, and as you can see, I trade at 50x. You can pause it and you can look at my numbers if that's what you want to do. I trade at 50x and I don't use stop losses. That's me. Okay, the market makers can swing the market as much as they want. They are not gonna get me. they are not gonna get me. That's simple as that. Now, last but not the least, we can look at week's exchange. Here, I'm trading King Kaspa and Quant. As you guys can see, the same thing. I'm still down. I'm here. My overall is up $3,000 approximately, right? And then if you look at my contracts, you will see that here on my Quant, on my Quant, I am down $135 approximately, as you can see. And on my Kaspa, I am down $144. So yeah, the same thing just like with the other ones. I trade at 50x and I don't use stop losses. That's me. Okay, you can do you, I do me, and let God bless America. Now, if you look at my kids' Acorn account, let's see what is going on there. Because again, today is Monday, the markets are now open, and we can see that here, it's not that bad, $216. Yeah, 216, and then we check. Let's see what he got going on here. See if there is any changes. Oh, 2.9%. Not bad. 2.9% up. And you can see his stocks and ETFs. Yeah, he's doing good. On the bonds, we are also doing great. Okay, so yeah, there you have it. Okay, you can sit there and try to cry about it, or you can make your moves. I don't know about you, but I can tell you that Kaspa is going to make me a lot of money. Quant is going to do the same, and long term they are going to make me a multi-millionaire. It's up to you whether you want to do it or you don't want to do it. That being said, guys, thank you so much for watching my videos. Please do not forget to subscribe. We're trying to make it to 5,000 subscribers. Okay, don't forget to like and comment. I am very interested in knowing what you think about everything that we talked about today. And also don't forget to share so that other millionaire minded attitude like you and yours truly, we all can see these videos and the family can grow. You never know what you're going to learn from a stranger, right? I'm telling you, get ready. We're going to make that money. We are almost in the last legs of the run. Okay? That being said, until I see you in my next one, please take very good care of yourselves. Okay? Bye-bye.